It's time for the whiskey review.
Dun, dun, dun.
We've been drinking a tremendous amount of whiskey since our last review and this review.
Tell us about this whiskey, Phil.
I don't know anything about this whiskey.
Okay.
So, this whiskey showed up yesterday in an unmarked box to my attention, and then we were trying to figure out where it came from. Got a text today that good customer Matt Saxton went ahead and sent this to us. He is a big aficionado like we are. He was raving about this stuff. Said we got to try it. Let him know and let everyone know what we think. I was kind of excited seeing the finished in honey and whatever that other barrel was.
Well, that'd be the Amburana.
Amburana. We had to Google that.
I think it's a bean. It's Lagoon.
It is a legume. It's a cinnamon and spice flavor to it, which you can definitely taste in the bourbon. A little bit different than normal, but I think really big fan of this. A little initial fireball kind of flavor to it. You taste the cinnamon, you taste the sweet, but then going back, get a lot of good depth and flavor in it.
It's unique. It's one of a kind for sure. Very flavorful.
It
The
was
cinnamon is no joke.
the first bit of flavor. I was kind of like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna like this. But yeah, after drinking it some more, you start craving it. You're like, I got to have a little bit more of that. It's a good taste. Definitely different.
I was skeptical. Honestly, when it came through, I did not know that it came from Matt. Now, granted, I trust Matt's taste, but when I saw it was Penelope, I was like, that's what we're fucking drinking tonight? We had one in the past, and there's been one sitting up there. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was...
It wasn't
it didn't rate real well, so I was skeptical.
The blue one, the Architect, was pretty good.
Was it?
Yeah. The barrel strength was not great.
But I'm a fan. I'm definitely a fan. It's loaded with flavor.
Kind of borderline on a rye almost, like some of the
It is.
spicier, flavorful ryes.
Well, usually when you see, something like that at the liquor store, it usually has that little description, and it's like, initial cinnamon floods the palate, blah, 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 blah. And you're like, okay, I'm sure it doesn't really taste like cinnamon at all.
Right.
The cinnamon fucking hits you. It's good.
I think you hit it best. Like afterwards, like you get that good honey, like rich natural honey flavor to it.
Yeah.
It's different, and
It drinks like a
craving it.
cocktail.
Yeah.
You're right.
100%.
It drinks like a cocktail.
Like a good cocktail.
Yeah,
Something
absolutely.
that's not too fruity.
Right.
That you'd have a second one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
this drinks like a good cocktail that doesn't have a lot of stuff in it. That's just
Tasting a lot of the spirit, a little bit of flavor enhancement.
Well, I'm down with it. I'm glad Matt sent that because I probably wouldn't have bought that if it was on the shelf, but I love it.
yeah. It's gonna get a good rating. What's the
What
review?
might that rating be, Josh?
What's your review?
I don't know. Tough to put a number on it because it's not a true bourbon. Like you said, it's got a cocktail rye flavor to it.
Straight bourbon whiskey.
It's not a
Says
blend,
so right
huh?
there.
I'd have thought that was some sort of a blend.
I'm gonna go
It's just a cask finished deal.
7.5.
Double cask finish. Phil's got it at a 7.5.
It's a pretty good review. I'm not far off from that. Probably a little lighter. I'm gonna go 7.3, but I like it.
You go a little uniqueness to it. Yeah. It's not a daily drinker, but a refreshing change up.
Yeah.
Josh is computing.
Let it hit the palate, Josh.
Tell us how it dances on the tongue.
Here's where I'm at.
Where you at?
Love the taste. I wish it had just a little bit more kick. With that sweetness, I think you could afford a little bit more of a little bit more. It's just a little.
It's a 98 proof, right?
Yeah.
But you're on this proof kick right now. You got to
No,
you have to
I
share
think
that
I've
with the
gotten
listeners. Yeah.
I think I've
It's
gotten a
the
little old.
smoking.
100% you've gotten old.
It's the when you smoke a pack a day of menthols, it's like a liner on your mouth.
That need
And
more
your esophagus,
burns everything off.
you need 10% more proof.
Yeah,
than
no,
the rest of
where I
us.
like that 107, 110.
Right.
If this would have more proof, I'd rank it higher. I'm not ranking it low. That's my only downside to it, and I'm going to go 7.3. I'm going to go 7.2. I'm going 7.2.
All right. Well, that's a nice little cluster.
Yeah, it is a nice cluster. It's a great cocktail. If this was a cocktail and you said, hey, I just made you a cocktail, I'd probably rank this higher.
Cocktail in a bottle.
Yeah,
you don't need to do all the
if you
mixing. You don't have to buy all the other shit. Just drink
know.
it.
If you put like an ice sphere in that and like a little orange zest,
Yeah. I'd
and
probably rank
cherry,
it
you'd be like,
8.2
wow,
or 8.3.
yeah,
I probably would.
what a phenomenal
It's all about the
cocktail.
presentation.
Yeah,
then, huh?
I'm going to be honest. I probably would rank it at 8.2 or 8.3 if it was.
It's good stuff.
So
I haven't
it's a
seen,
definite buy it if you can find it.
yeah, I haven't
Oh,
seen it on the
100%.
shelf, but
Matt's
I
out of Texas and the bottle shipped out of California, so I'm gonna guess it's kind of hard to find.
Probably. I would absolutely recommend this for anybody that's getting into it new, or if I've had we talked to a lot of listeners at the show this last weekend, and they're talking about their wives are starting to get into bourbon, right? And oh, she likes this, but she doesn't like this. This is not a disparaging statement, but I would definitely get this for somebody that's getting into it new, especially if your wife is wanting to. This is probably a little bit easier on the palate than some of the bourbons that we have had in the past or like because of the sweetness.
Yeah.
And that's not a bad thing. It's kind of, you know, you got to develop a taste for something. This is a good thing to start developing that taste for, and then you start getting a little bit something else.